Can I not talk to you? Dick Guster, Sunny Boy, Commoner, Black Hawk, Moose, Husariana, Stevenson, Cuban, Judge Best, Best Bidder. Oh hey, it's Jack. Right, I forgot you were here. What's up, Jack? You in here listening to Marilyn Manson?
Well, well, looky who made it back in one piece. How's Santa Monica,
I didn't get to do much sightseeing. It was okay. I'm not here for small talk. Now, what do you want to talk to me about? I didn't get to do much sightseeing.
I can't imagine you did. Probably too busy getting pushed around by every vampire with the weakest seniority over you, am I right?
You could say that, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't so bad. Yeah, you could say that.
That's usually the way the story goes. Same old bullshit politics from when you were alive, huh? Don't it make you just want to rip somebody's spine out? What? You saying that's just me?
Politics? I ran into Nines. LaCroix is sending me to the Elizabeth Dane. You ever heard of the Elizabeth Dane? Politics?
Politics. The stuff that makes the rich get richer, keeps the powerful in power. Look at why you're out in Santa Monica in the first place. 'Cause Prince LaCroix said so.
You don't follow his rules? Alright, but why me? Maybe it was because he had faith in me, knew I could do the job. You don't follow his rules?
Kid, I never answered to no man in life. Now I sure as shit ain't taking orders from a vampire with a seat and a funny name. And when I die again, the devil's gonna have to cut me a deal if he wants my ass. Besides, I never trust anybody with an X in their name.
Why'd the prince send me to Santa Monica?
Because he never thought you'd make it back. If Nines didn't stand up for you in the courtroom, you would have been toast right there, man. Everybody knows that.
I don't get it. Why did he want to kill me? How did Nines make a difference?
Public relations, man. Calculated risk. Vents who are born in a boardroom. When Nines called him out, LaCroix realized it was time to show a carefully measured dose of Camarilla compassion.
You're not into public relations, Jack? Is LaCroix afraid of Nines? I thought he was the boss. You're not into public relations?
Yeah, man. It's called kicking ass and crushing the skulls of any asshole who steps on my toes. That seems to work. People dig it.
Is LaCroix afraid of Nines? I thought he was the boss.
LaCroix is the boss of the Camarilla in L.A. That's it. LaCroix is the boss. That's rich.
You're not part of the Camarilla? Yeah, I think he's got that Napoleon thing going on. I'd say he's in charge of things. I think he's got that Napoleon thing going on.
The facts are like this. The Camarilla need us to buy into their bullshit for any of their laws to mean dick. Now, telling free-living vampires they need to be ruled is a hard sell. So, the Camarilla baked up a play nicey plan. Show everyone how great they are, so we'll all just jump on board.
Who is everyone? It's not working. I ran into Nines. I wanted to ask you some questions. Who is everyone?
The free-living dead, kiddo. A lot of people like to use the label Anarchs. Whatever the hell that means. Anarchs. Does got a nice kick to it, though, huh? Yeah.
Tell me about the Anarchs.
That's us, so I'm told. What do you want to know?
How long has the Anarch movement existed?
Yeah, I could tell you about the history of the movement, about our struggle. What's any of that shit mean, anyway? Do we want to sit through history class here?
It's good to know your history. Well, what's it all about then? No, I guess not. Yeah, it's good to know your history.
I'm no scholar, kid, but I've been around. Seen more and done more than most vampires ever will. I don't know that our situation's ever going to be easy, but some things you gotta decide are worth fighting for.
How can you win, though? Maybe. Does Nines feel the same way?
You bet, kid.
Is he in charge here? How come you're not running the show, Jack? Later. How come you're not running the show?
Me? I never had much patience for negotiations. Everyone can live or burn. It's up to them.
What about the rest of Nines' crew?
Yeah, I'm not sure the story on most of them. Nines crew.
What clan are you?
Bruja. Most everyone here has Bruja blood.
I got a few more questions.
Moving right along.
Tell me about the Camarilla.
Oh, my favorite topic.
What do you think of Camarilla ideals?
Don't think the Camarilla has a monopoly on those ideals, okay, kid? No one is arguing over that shit, and if they tell you that's what this fight is all about, then they're really giving you the full fist. You hear me?
Wouldn't surprise me if they were. I wouldn't expect an Anarch to understand it, so what's it all about? I wouldn't surprise me if they were.
The Camarilla protects the people running the Camarilla. That's it, the end. The rest of them are bloody gristle for the machine.
Who runs the whole thing?
Doddering old dust farts. They might be powerful as all hell, but who knows? They're too afraid to stick their heads out of their hidey holes. Why should they? This whole huge system is built so they don't have to.
Is the Croy one of the inner circle?
Not one of the bigs, but he ain't out risking his ass in the street, that's for sure. Croy has ambitions of joining that inner circle. Delivering Los Angeles in their pocket would look killer on a resume.
Camarilla does good things too. Maybe that outweighs the bad stuff. Public servants are always underappreciated. Yeah, he definitely wants the corner office.
To hell with McCoy. I blasted better vampires' brains all over the wall. He's not the prince. He's a prince.
You've dealt with princes like him in the past? You don't get to be a prince unless you know what you're doing. You can't be totally worthless. I'm out of here. You've dealt with princes like him in the past?
He's a typical Ventru asshole. Predictable, safe, no imagination. Man, the guy's a pussy. He just got lucky he showed up in LA at the right time.
He's just stupid and lucky? What do you know about the sheriff? I got a few more questions. He's just stupid and lucky?
I'm not saying he's stupid. He's just an asshole and needs his teeth kicked in, that's all.
So what do you know about the sheriff?
Oh, the sheriff, yeah. I love how everyone's talking about that big mystery. It's like someone embraced a doped-up gorilla.
You have a problem with the whole Camarilla or just the leadership?
I'm not saying let's go torch the Malkavian living under the abandoned hotel because she happens to be a Camarilla. I'm saying let's change that shit from the top down.
How do you know who's the bad guy then?
Camarilla membership is 95% victims, 5% evil bastards. But make sure and understand, any of those victims points a gun at me, they get trained and slaughtered like sheep.
What about me? Am I part of the problem or what?
Hey man, you do what you gotta do to survive when you're young, but there comes a time when that excuse don't fly no more. When you should know better and want to do something about it.
I don't think I'm there yet. I just wish the facets were easier to come by. Still, everyone benefits from order. Anarchy offers little protection. I just wish the facts were easier to come by.
Being dead is no excuse for walking around with your eyes closed.
Got a few more questions.
Moving right along.
Tell me about the Anarchs.
That's us, so I'm told. What do you want to know?
Who's your leader, Nines?
As much as anyone is. Nines is a stand-up guy. Takes the politics a little too seriously, though. Came up during the Great Depression, so his brain's wired to that shit.
You seem to know a lot about the politics yourself, Jack.
Me? I never had much patience for negotiations. Everyone can live or burn. It's up to them.
What clan is Nines?
Bruja. Most everyone here has Bruja blood.
Got a few more questions.
Moving right along.
There was one other thing, I think, in that.
That's us, so I'm told. What do you want to know?
Never mind.
Moving right along.
Tell me about the Sabbat.
Again? Does everything have to be about these dickheads?
I hope not.
The Sabbat are worthless, man. Fake tits on a zombie worthless. Fun to watch, though. Like the Three Stooges with chainsaws.
They're anti-Camarilla.
Yeah, they oppose the Camarilla, but they suck when it comes to execution.
What's wrong with them?
The Sabbat are in the same business as the Camarilla. Sabbat have a little longer chain, but they're slaves all the same.
You got a few more questions?
Moving right along.
Something else.
What's on your mind?
Humans.
What about them?
What do you think of them?
What do I think of humans? I don't, really. When you were alive, did you think about cows? You know, if one got killed, I bet you didn't cry, but, you know, you're not out there slaughtering them for sport either.
But they get caught in the crossfire sometimes.
Man, we got our own problems. Let the kin sink or swim.
A few more questions.
Moving right along.
Something else?
What's on your mind?
Actually, I don't have any more questions. One more thing.
What's up?
I'm doing more useless bullshit for LaCroix.
Buck up, kiddo. I told you, man. You do what you gotta do.
I know, but I can't escape it. I do, but I don't want to. Why is it always me? Great, that's real helpful, Jack. I know, but I can't escape it. I do, but I don't want to.
You were born into this whole mess with an ounce of fame. That's usually gonna work against you.
What did I do for this attention? Why does the prince always want me to go for him? What did I do for this attention?
Every time LaCroix sees you, he thinks back to that courtroom where Nines made a fool out of him. A lot of kindred do.
So why me?
Well, I bet he's gonna hold you up one day as an example of what the Camarilla can do for the wayward and lowly. It's a bunch of crap, but hey, good for you.
If I want to side with the Anarchs, why should I help him? What am I supposed to do? I want to side with the Anarchs.
An educated young kindred like yourself, carefully placed within the ranks of the Camarilla, can do a lot for the Anarchs, I bet. Your choice. Ain't it nice to have some choice? Just be your own dead-ass self. Now play the game, kiddo. Just keep your eyes open. Hear me? You can help everyone that way.
I'll do my best. I got a few questions.
Sure thing, kiddo. Fire away.
Something else?
What's on your mind?
I'm out of here. Wait, one more thing.
What's up?
Oh, I'm out of here. Alright, Jack. Nice talking. Good to see you again. Glad you're here. Call of Duty. Hey.
Well, if it ain't the talk of the town, poster child for Camarilla benevolence. What does the prince have his little bitch doing today?
Hey, man. Chill out. Funny. Is Nines Rodriguez around here? I'm looking for Nines. Now be a good little boy and go fetch him. If you don't get out of my face, Anarch, I'm gonna rip yours off. Whatever. You're not even worth the snappy comeback. Later. Funny. Is Nines around here?
Nines is expected. Have some manners and don't wear out your weapon. I'm Skelter. Act up again, and I'll be the one showing your actions to the door.
Yeah, alright. You got a few minutes to talk. Like I said, I need to see Nines. Did you come up with that all by yourself? Later. I got a few minutes to talk.
What's up?
None of this vampire shit makes any sense to me. I'm looking for work. I have a few questions for you. I'm out of here. None of this vampire shit makes any sense to me.
You've got to understand, kindred. You're carrying a 6,000-year curse in your blood. No matter how powerful it makes you feel.
Curse? I don't know. It feels pretty good to me. Actually, it makes me feel like shit. Curse?
That blood is a tangle of chains that's going to leave you bound in servitude the rest of your existence.
Why do you say that? You think so? What are you talking about? Why do you say that?
Your elders command the blood. They control the blood, and the blood listens. You'll never even hear their call. It'll make you obey.
How can you break free? It sounds like vampire superstition to me. Ugh, great. Can I ask you a few more questions? That sucks. See ya. How can you break free?
That shit stretches all the way back to Cain. Nothing you can do. Some ancient sleeping in a tomb half a world away has a bad dream, and you gon' feel that shit. Like it or not.
Who's Cain? Cain? What the hell are you talking about? I'm out of here. Who's Cain?
Cain, man. Father of all vampires. Killed his brother Abel and was cursed by God to walk eternity feeding on the blood of his children. Some heavy shit, sister.
You don't really believe that, do you? You mean Cain from the Bible? Really? Is that true? Ah, that's a good one. So heavy that's bringing me down. See ya. You mean Cain from the Bible?
Keep your voice down. Is Cain real? I don't know. Not sure I want to know.
I hear you, but where are you going with this? You can get to the point anytime you feel like it. Later. I hear you, but where are you going with this?
The point is, with this curse pulling your strings, you really want to sign away your right to fight by joining the Camarilla?
What do you got against the Camarilla? But you agree with the Masquerade? Well, think about it. I got a few more questions. Would you agree with the Masquerade?
I don't need to bare my fangs to feel good about myself. The Masquerade is a fruity Camarilla label. Other than that, I ain't got no problem with it. Live and let live. We got enough to worry about.
Amen. It doesn't make sense. Maybe. I don't know. Amen.
You know, speaking of the Masquerade, I just thought of something you might be able to help us out with.
Tell me about it. I'm pretty busy right now, but I'll listen to what you got to say. Tell me about it.
There's this girl who's been making a lot of noise lately. It's a real pain in the ass. She's a ghoul of this one Toreador creep who disappeared.
What's her name?
Her name is Cat. She hangs out in the clubs downtown. She used to show up around here and act like she was everybody's best friend. It was all fun and games until her vampire sugar daddy stopped calling. Now she can't get her blood fixed and shit ain't so fun no more.
Why don't you just tell her that he doesn't want to see her anymore? Doesn't she understand he's gone? What do you want me to do about it? Why don't you just tell her he doesn't want to see her anymore?
Man, she's been told he was dead. She don't listen. Just asks again louder. Jump through the She's gonna make a scene and get us all some real heat.
What kind of heat are you talking about?
Vampire hunters, man. You start doing stupid shit and breaking the Masquerade and you'll see what I'm talking about. Trust me. Hunters are the kind of trouble you don't have.
Alright, so about your little problem with Patty. So what's the problem with this ghoul?
She's crossed the line. Only time that mouth ain't blabbing is when it's sucking vampire blood. She's gotta disappear. Do this, and we'll keep it our little secret, you hear?
I'll do it to uphold the Masquerade. Anything for my Anarch brethren. Sorry, not my thing. I don't clean up Anarch messes. Anything for my Anarch brethren.
Alright, have fun. I'd love to do this one myself, but I know it's silent. Just let me know when it's done.
Alright, but I got a few more questions before I go.
Yeah?
What's your problem with the Camarilla?
The Camarilla just ain't necessary. Their rules is just common sense shit. The Masquerade and all that. Sure, it makes sense. Like the Ten Commandments. You know the Ten Commandments, don't you?
Sure. 10 Commandments? I got a few more questions. I know I'm tired of hearing this sermon. Later. Sure.
Yeah, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill. Sounds good. But you and me both know that shit don't always fly. What if some society like the Camarilla comes along and just up and kills you if you break one damn commandment?
I see your point. Law and order is every kindred's friend. I got a few more questions. You mean like thou shalt not bore your audience? See ya. I see your point.
See, we weren't meant to live like that. I followed someone else's rules for 3 years in Vietnam, but it wasn't until after the embrace that I understood real oppression.
So the Anarchs are the way, huh? Yeah, but don't you follow Nines Rodriguez? So the Anarchs are the way, huh?
Anarchs, we are the only ticket to free living in the afterlife, my friend.
What about Nines? Isn't he just like the Prince of the Anarchs?
No one bows to Nines Rodriguez. He leads by example, down here with us. That ain't some chicken shit to live for his paper pusher hiding up in his tower.
Easy, big guy. I'm gonna go now. Right on. Let's go talk to Nines. Hey, buddy.
You showed up. Good. Here's what I gotta tell you. And so you know, I don't lecture, I don't rap, I'm no bureaucrat. I'm just a guy out of nowhere came to be involved in something 500 times bigger than you and me.
Go on. Not another goddamn speech. Go on.
You've got a right to know the score. The Camarilla, this is the short of it. They operate a lot like a pyramid scheme. There's a bunch of these old-timers at the top with God only knows what plots in mind. They lose their power, they die. They sired more to carry out their plans. And looking for a little power, then those kindred sired for their own schemes, and so on and on and on. It hurts my head just thinking about the mess. What it works out to is this. Only a few people at the top have any real power.
Aren't you part of the Camarilla? Isn't the Prince the leader of the Camarilla? This is all interesting, Nines, but I really do have to go. Can I go now? Aren't you part of the Camarilla?
Them's fighting words, newbie. But you're young and stupid, so I won't make an example out of you. See, the Camarilla claims all of us are members, even if we don't want to be, which is, of course, the biggest load of horseshit a man ever heard.
So what are you all about? I still don't understand. You were at the trial. Isn't the Prince the leader of all LA kindred? So what are you all about?
I learned the way of this world during the Depression. A bunch of old rich bastards screwed the country. But did they suffer? No. The little people suffered. You can't trust the people at the top. The world would be a better place without them. All you can do is get a group of people together who aren't assholes. Find a place to put your feet up and make some examples of the quote-unquote elite to keep the rest the hell out. Everyone's an equal here. The same thing this country used to be about. That's what LA has been. An anarch-free state.
Anarch-free state?
The Camarilla was kicked out on their ass a long time ago. We, the Anarchs, didn't want to play their politics anymore. Now the Croy and crew pop in like they never left? No goddamn way. Their laws don't apply to us.
Have you tried meeting with the Camarilla? Not a fan of the Prince, huh? Sounds like you're the Prince of the Anarchs. Have you tried meeting with the Camarilla?
I got their meeting right here.
Oh, damn. Not a fan of the Prince, huh? Now the cliche is complete. Not a fan, huh?
LaCroix represents everything I hate. The Camarilla, stuck-up aristocrats, rich businessmen, crooked politicians. The only place LaCroix belongs is in an urn.
Sounds like you're the prince of the Anarchs. Without them, who would sponsor artists? You? Wrestling shows for everyone. Sounds like you're the prince of the Anarchs.
No such thing. And again, newbie, don't throw those kind of words around lightly. You're risking a beatdown. I fought to keep LA free since I was embraced. A long time later, I'm one of the only ones left that hasn't bidded or switched sides. The most veteran soldier on the battlefield.
One more question. Any advice you can give me? A coterie of scoundrels and ruffians is what you command, sir. One more question. Any advice you can give me?
Here's what I tell all the new blood. 1, you get careless, that blood will make you into a monster. But you rampage around here, you get put down. 2, don't kill when you feed. No reason to. In this city, there's lots of ways to slake the beast without leaving a trail of dead. 3, the Camarilla's full of shit. 4, watch your back, always. And lastly, learn how to fight. Because a speech ain't gonna save your ass when you're staring down the barrel of a shotgun.
Can you teach me how to fight? Thanks for all your help, Nines. Can you teach me how to fight?
After picking your ass up off the pavement back there, yeah. I can tell you don't even know the basics. Hold your hands up like this, and keep your body at an angle. Makes you harder to hit. Keep your thumbs out of your fists and put your weight into your punches.
Oh, damn, nice. Thanks for all your help, Nines.
LA's the school of hard knocks, so keep your friends close and your enemies in a barbecue pit. Once you square things with LaCroix, don't give that son of a bitch the time of night. I got my eye on you, kid.
Okay. Cool. Someone dropped a coaster on the floor. Hey, what's up?
So that chased you in here, Cammy?
Oh, what are you talking about? Why do you ask? What the fuck's your problem? What are you talking about?
Heard Nine saved your ass again. You think LaCroix would have stopped counting his money long enough to get your back, Jack?
What do you mean again? I could have handled that myself. What the fuck's your problem? What do you mean again?
Cammy, you'd have a whole lot less above your neck if it hadn't been for Nines calling the prince out in that courtroom. Shit. Looks like things worked out for LaCroix anyway. Got himself a new errand girl out of it.
Did I do something to piss you off?
As long as you're a tool for some cape, you don't have to say a word to start pissing me off.
What's a cape?
Cape, Cammy. Camarilla elders, the ones that have been around so long they think candlelight's a keen invention. You're doing their dirty work and you don't even know it.
I like to play for the winning team. Make my own fate. What alternative do I have?
You want an alternative? Being you. That's a step in the right direction. I'm Damsel, den mother of these mothers, and one pissed bitch since LaCroix wheeled in.
Piss? You don't say. Drink some bad blood or something? I don't know about LaCroix. I'm cool with Nines, though.
Hey, Cammy. I don't apologize often, but it's just with all the shit that's been going down lately. And on top of it, this plague bearer getting the CDC's attention, maybe I misjudged you, all I'm saying.
Plague bearer? Understandable. Please tell me what a plague bearer is.
A plague bearer's a fool that doesn't care who they feed from. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. We can't get sick, but the kind can. And kindred that feed on them start spreading disease. Enough get sick, it's an epidemic. CDC's in town as we speak.
So how do you get rid of one? Sounds like an Anarch problem. Good luck with that. Excuse me. So how do you get rid of one?
Seen Old Yeller? May sound cruel, but it's necessary. If someone puts together 2 and 2 as to the real cause of an outbreak of bloodborne diseases, guess what happens? So the plague bearer's gotta be found and put down. If the Camarilla really gives a damn, they'll help us out.
The Anarchs helped me out before. Where do I start? I'll do it, but only because I'm bored. The Anarchs make a mess. I suppose I have to clean it up. I'll think about doing it. I have another question first. The Anarchs helped me out before. Where do I start?
One of our boys' ghouls, name's Paul, lives nearby in the Skyline Apartments. Been a stranger lately. Looked like death last time he was here. Said he didn't get bit, but maybe you can get more info out of him.
I'll go check it out. Ghouls. Why is it always ghouls? Fine, I'll check it out when I can. Hope this guy's up front. Be a shame if I had to beat it out of him. I'm off. I'll check it out.
Wait, if Paul's not talking, you might want to start questioning the homeless pop. So many have been dying lately that it takes the city a few days to pick up the bodies.
Jesus. I'll ask around right now. Bye, Damsel. Sounds like a bag of laughs. Maybe I'll get to it later. Before I go, I have a question.
Yeah?
Tell me about Nines.
No one like him in this world or the next. He's to the Anarchs what George Washington was to the colonies, what Ho Chi Minh was to Vietnam. He is the LA Anarchs personified. He's a great leader, and yet he's humble. I die for him.
I owe him my life. Seems like one of the only decent people I've met yet. What crap, he's an elevated street thug, a gang leader. I owe him my life.
No one like him in the Camarilla or otherwise. Anything else?
Your thoughts on LaCroix?
Who the hell does he think he is, coming into town claiming Camarilla authority over the city? We kicked them out 60 years ago. It's like England coming back and telling the U.S. how they should do things. Fuck LaCroix.
I had no idea the Anarchs had been in control that long. I had another question. Scared the Camarilla might siphon off more of your members? Not a fan, huh? I'll see you later. I had no idea the Anarchs had been in control that long.
Yeah?
Tell me about Smilin' Jack.
Jack? Jack's Jack. Kind of a legend amongst Anarchs. There's not an Anarch in the world who wouldn't stand in rock star awe of Jack. Even the Camarilla doesn't mess with him.
Really? I had no idea. Jack's one of the cooler people I've met. That old bum? You're kidding, right? Jack's one of the cooler people I've met.
He's been around a long time. He used to be a pirate, so the rumor goes. Talk to Jack. He's never short on chat.
I had another question.
Yeah?
Tell me about the Anarchs.
We're about passion, him, and freedom. Things most Camarilla types just can't understand. I could go on and on, but Skelter says it takes too long to get me off my soapbox. Ask him. Or even Jack.
No, go on. Tell me what you think.
I mean, geez, it just makes sense. Power should be redistributed amongst all of us, not just a few. Communism would actually work for Kindred, where it fails with humans. It's just common sense, you know?
Okay, I did have a question about something else, though.
Yeah?
Your thoughts on the Camarilla?
It's a sham, a pyramid scheme. Nothing but musty, withdrawn elders waging power struggles for no other reason than to keep their own ass alive for one more century. You think you have any real power in the Cam? You're kidding yourself.
I really don't understand it myself. I'm kind of new to this. I guess when the alternative is you or the Sabbat, I'll take the Camarilla. I really don't understand it myself. I'm kind of new to this.
You'd be better off without them. You'll see.
I had another question. Maybe you're right. See you later. I don't think so. Later. Another question?
Yeah?
Nothing right now. Excuse me.
What did you just say?
I don't know, man. The music's really loud in here. Reanimated. Judas House Studios presents From Heck. Secure area. Condoms. Say dirty condoms? Jesus. Ugh. No. Vesuvius in Hollywood. Misty. Everett Man? I don't know who that is. Alright. I think I'm going to leave it here for today. Go back out on the street, at least. But yeah, we got some new quests. Got a few more experience points, but I'm going to save them till a bit later. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it here. Hope you guys enjoyed this installment of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I know I did. And I'll see you in the next one. Till then, peace out.